Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you're domiciled. You so anytime come here, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We are here again. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Iyke, your humble host. And before we proceed, customarily we have to pray, call upon our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to lead us in prayer. Let us bow our heads and pray. Let us pray. All right, looks like I'm having an issue here. Let us go back to start our prayer and see if it's going to work out. I don't know what the problem is. Everything looks okay, but computer being what it is, we don't force it. He does. He says garbage in, garbage out. That's how we say it. All right, let us bow our heads, come together and pray. Ask Chukwuokike for guidance and protection. Let us pray.
Wherever you are, I will ask you, if you are in the spirit, to remain so. If you are outside the spirit, we ask you to come into it, because what we are preaching from here is a gospel of redemption as directed by Chukwuokike himself in heaven, and this very gospel we must preach it. Therefore we must pray. We give thanks unto thee, O Elohim, for there is none like thee. There can never be any like thee. You are the beginning and the end. You are the Alpha and the Omega. Our lives are in the palm of your hands. We commit all that we are unto thee. We have come as the ancients did before us, as our ancestors did before we came, to offer praise and adoration unto your holy name and no other. For we do not worship any idol. We do not worship anything born of a human being. We do not worship anything carved out of a tree. There is no other like thee. We will continue to adore thee. We will continue to worship thee. And as I said before, and I will reiterate as we pray unto thee, that Biafra is your possession. We will sacrifice Biafra unto thee, that you may guide us in all that we do. It's only you that sees the hearts of men. If there is anything that we are hiding, if there is anything that we have concealed from our people, oh Elohim, you will judge us very harshly. But if our hands are clean, our hearts very pure, you will bless Ipob, and you will bless me, and you will bless my family, because it's a promise from you. All our hope and our trust is upon thee. May your name be glorified. May you be exalted. May you, O Elohim, be praised. Now and forevermore we pray. Ise.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. Ipob is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. We did it because Chukwuokike is with us. We did it because Chukwuokike created Ipob himself, and we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi and I don't stop until I get what I want.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you're domiciled. Welcome to another live broadcast today. It's a beautiful day for us, and we are gathered here. But before I continue, let me take a very, very, very short break, and I'll be right back because I'm hearing some noise around me and I want to find out what that noise is about. And we'll continue from there. Stay tuned, don't go away.
This song is specially dedicated to my supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you. Thank you so much. What my grandmother got not do, what my grandfather got not do, what my own father got not do, Nnamdi Kanu do. What my grandfather got not do, what my mother got not do, what my own father got not do, Nnamdi Kanu do it for me. I said, righteous man, cannot be cut off. Expectation of a righteous man can never be cut off. That's why I say, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu.
Oh, Nnamdi Kanu, man, I'm so sorry. Thank you very much, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I just came back again. I was hearing some noise, so I wanted to find out what the problem was out there, but it's nothing actually except that people lost it and were talking too loud. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. I have there's something here that I need to, I think it was released today, press release today, and I need you to listen to it very attentively. It says IPOB has no, this is a press release, so listen to it, so I can take it along with you. Don't say we didn't tell you. It says here, IPOB has no business with Nigerian election and their campaign. Very good. I will read. We, the global movement and the family of the indigenous people of Biafra, led and commanded by Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is very much aware that the Nigerian government is both directly and indirectly sponsoring election violence in Biafra land with the intention of blackmail the indigenous people of Biafra intentionally as anti-democratic process. The IPOB leadership has for umpteenth time stated unequivocally that part of our modus operandi in our agitation for freedom has never been, is not, and will never be violent agitation. This is very clear. This explains our consistent demand for the United Nations to organize a referendum in the Biafran territory for the Biafran people to determine their destiny. To this effect, IPOB is rather contemplating, nor will it encourage or sponsor anyone or group to disrupt the zoo Nigerian symbolic election process called election. IPOB has consistently made it public that we have no interest in and cannot legitimize the operation they call election in Nigeria. We are a focused, determined, and disciplined freedom fighting movement. Not political talks, and IPOB is devoted to the cause of liberating our people for subjugation and from modern day slavery and neo-colonialism, and will not allow ourselves to be directed or distracted from the very objective. The world must hold to account the Nigerian government and the criminals it is currently recruiting and positioning in the southeast to create environment of violence, and after causing the violence will use the zoo shameless and fantastically compromise and corrupt media to blame IPOB for the election violence that they themselves instigated and executed during campaigns and their symbolic elections. Shambolic elections. IPOB is not part of Zoological Republic sham election and will never be part of it. IPOB is solely focused on Biafra independence struggle, which Nigerian government and her allies are working very hard to try and derail with their daily propaganda and blackmail against Mazi Nnamdi, Kanu and IPOB members worldwide. They will always fail because the restoration of Biafra is free, sovereign and independent nation is divinely ordained and its time is now. Our demands are simple. Number 1, release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, unconditionally. Number 2, fix a referendum date for Biafrans to decide their fate, either for a freedom or in sovereign Biafran nation or for permanent subjugation and operation in the Fulani-controlled Islamic Republic of Nigeria. I will read that again. That's number 2. It says fix a referendum date. It's very important for us. Fix a referendum date for Biafrans to decide their fate, either for freedom in a sovereign Biafran nation or for permanent subjugation and operation in the Fulani-controlled Islamic Republic of Nigeria. These are conditions. As we have said in our previous press releases, Nigeria government and her compromised security agencies are responsible for most criminalities going on in Biafra land and some other parts of Nigeria. This very fact has been confirmed by Nigerian army officers in their letters to the Buhari and impostor in Aso Rock while protesting poor welfare, low morale, corrupt in the army as an institution, and lack of adequate working tools, to the effect that some of their men are involved in kidnapping and other sundry crimes for survival. What a shame. This is the smoking gun that has hitherto been missing. So when they will recruit these criminals in uniform and their civilian partners or JTFs to cause violence in Biafra land during and after campaigns and elections, the international community should know who to hold responsible, and that will be the Nigerian government. The current political atmosphere in Nigeria election campaigns shows that the oppressed and the disgusted youths are on one side, while the old who are comfortable with their oppressors are on the other side. You don't need any prophet to tell you that this election may end up like 2020 NSAS that brought the youths to the streets in protest across Nigeria. Recollect that the NSAS mass protest led by the youths was infiltrated and hijacked by violent thugs on the payroll and at the behest of the Nigerian government and blamed on IPOB. Nigerian government is warming up to do same thing again during their election process. If Nigerian government keep playing ostrich this time around, what happened in Nigeria in October 2020 might be the child's play to what will happen this time. IPOB is not interested and will never involve themselves in any Nigerian fraudulent pre-election or protest or post-election issues. Our job is to open the eyes of the blind by the gospels of truth, which our leader has deliberately or delivered already. Whoever that is sponsoring any group or gang tagging them IPOB is on his or her own. For those who are hard of hearing, IPOB is one indivisible family under the central command and leadership of Mazi Kanu. This divine movement is being allotted by the only supreme or by the only structure which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place, and that structure is the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra, DOS, with Mazi Iyke as the head of the DOS. Anyone who chooses to play foolish and act dumb is fully on his or her own to do so. Is free. But IPOB cannot answer for their foolishness. Neither shall IPOB be responsible for their stupidity. If in the future IPOB leadership decides to make further statements on the upcoming Nigerian election process called election, selection process called election, we shall make such statements through our official channel, which are: number 1, announcements on our hallowed radio station, Radio Biafra, or 2, press statement from IPOB Publicity Secretary. Any other information claiming to emanate from IPOB but not issued through the above 2 channels is not only deceitful but fraudulent and does not represent the position of the indigenous people of Biafra led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is released by Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB. We have 2 channels where you can listen to and get your information correctly. If you want, you can choose to listen to whatever you want. We are not forcing you. But you'll be fed with lies. You'll be fed with something you'll be ashamed of in the future. Don't go about, don't just go there and listen to people and come in and say, no. We have 2 media authorized to carry the indigenous people of Biafra messages. That is Radio Biafra and the Publicity Secretary, who have just written this. It's very simple instruction. But to enjoy yourself, you can go and listen to whatever you want to listen to. It's free. It's democracy. That's all we're talking about. We are not fighting against any individual person. We are not trying to say we want to cause disruption. No, you are the ones out there who are trying to create situations where you have to blame IPOB for what they don't know nothing about. But it doesn't bother us. You have been trying and you always fail. The demand that IPOB is making so simple. You can do your selection whatever you want it. That's your problem. We don't care who is there. We are not interested. Our interest as IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, is our freedom. There is nothing added to it. Instead of wasting your time with this selection, conduct a referendum and let the people determine. Why are you afraid of conducting a referendum? Why? What is the fear? Because your ass will be open to the public. You will make the public understand that we Biafrans were already gone. That's why you are afraid. That's why you don't want to go out there and tell the world what you want. Why don't you ever think, what if we lose in the election, in the referendum or whatever? We will remain. The agitation will stop. Everybody will go and sleep. But you know that it's almost impossible because we are gone. You're just forcing us, putting us down there with like a gun on our head. If you don't get even gun, it wouldn't even stop us anyway, because you have done worse than that. You keep on kidnapping our children. They use the army that is controlled by the government. The government owns the army, and they want to push it aside. They want to make it look like there is something we are doing. No. We are not doing anything. We are not fighting anybody. We don't care about your election, your selection, whatever you call it, shamble that you're doing there. You can continue doing it. It's okay for you. But we, the indigenous people of Biafra, we don't have time for that. We have one leader. His name is Mazi Iyke, who is currently a prisoner of conscience. You have locked him up for doing nothing. But lo and behold, he has people that are working from people that he selected. They call them the DOS. The alert, the head of DOS is Chika Eduzium. That's his name. Any message that comes from any other place is shamble. Some people call themselves IPOB autopilot. We have nothing like that. There's nothing recognized to be that. They are only putting IPOB there just to make you listen to them, to attract you. The IPOB have said it. No. If you know what you're doing, why do you need IPOB to be attached to your autopilots? No, because you are nothing. You are worthless. You don't know what you're doing. That's why you use that word. You want to attach him, go asking why you go and bath. What you are doing, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, you're not going to get anywhere with it. We know who our leader is. We know who we are following. He didn't divide placards for most of us to come and join him. No, we listen to him and we resonate with the truth that he's speaking. That's as simple as that. Simple as ABC. We followed him because we know what he's saying. There were others before him. They were not convinced. People like me, I won't even, what's one line I'll listen to you and that's it. It took me time to listen to this great man, Mazi Nnamdi. And I said to somebody who introduced me to Radio Biafra, I said, oh my God, my fear was, I hope he does not deviate. And he has been very consistent. In one of his broadcasts, he said, the Ipob man can be trusted. The same concept of Ipob man, he said, no. If you give them cause to believe you, believe me, they will follow you to the grave. And that's me. That's exactly me. I am convinced. I was in the first war. I told you that. I've said that before. It's not a new thing. But how did I get involved? I was living with my sister in Enugu. My brother-in-law was kind of related to Odimegwu Chukwu and the rest of them. And they were always talking in the house, and I a little man, I was listening. I wasn't part of their conversation because they are on the Nukumamu, so I can't come to where they are talking. I just hide somewhere and I'm hearing them. As soon as I got the opportunity, I went to Enugu campus. He recruited myself, he put me in the army. And I was now a big boy, My father will not tell me what to do, neither with my mother. So I enjoyed it because I knew what was going on. I followed that story. Today, it's the same thing. I listened to Mazi Nnamdi. He developed a new way. All my life, as a professional musician, I was a singer. I was always using the microphone. But Nnamdi Kanu showed me a different thing about microphone that is as powerful as atomic bomb. I'm telling you. Gradually, we are still here. They have done everything. They have fought everything look at Great Britain. As big as they are, they want to kill us. We'll be ant with sledgehammer. They are struggling, they are doing everything. They are the ones that took our leader and put him in there. Nobody else. We are calling Kenya. Kenya was just a stooge. Kenya is the Afonja of the British people. That's exactly what they are. They didn't put him there because he did anything. They could not do it in London. They couldn't do it in their own homeland because the world will scream at them. So they want to use an African country that is so silly and so stupid like Kenya. They will all pay for it. You cannot imagine that somebody went to another person's country. They were there. The Nigerian government went there and broke the law, the international law of taking this man out and taking him to a country, complete hijack, kidnapping. That's what it is. and the world is keeping quiet. The people that it comes from their country, that is Great Britain. He's an Anglophile. They have said nothing, and the world is watching. Nobody is asking them why. That midget that they call Katrina Lunch or whatever she is, the ambassador in Lagos and Abuja, that woman went to channels, and when they were interviewing her, you need to see her body movement. When they spoke about Nnamdi Kanu, she could have run away. If she knew that they were going to ask her question, believe me, she will not do that interview. Because she knows their handiwork. They know what they did. They want to, somebody will come, I'm a prophet, you know. As soon as Nnamdi Kanu, after election, they're going to release Nnamdi Kanu. You're not a prophet, you're an idiot. Because everybody knows that that's what they're waiting for. They are holding him there so that they'll finish, they do their shamble selection. That's why. They are scared. If we are saying no, Mazi Iyke, a little ant, one soldier ant, is very difficult to get off. Because if you kill the soldier ant, you will not know what happened to you. So let us be resolute. Anybody out there, election they are talking about, Ipob is not interested in the election. I agree 100%. But I have the right to speak and tell you that everything they are doing, that Britain is organizing it. Britain is the one campaigning now for P2B. These are people that killed our fathers, our ancestors, people that destroyed our children, starved them to death, millions of them. You have the audacity to go and sit in the same seat with them. Chineke Kwenifojo. Chineke Kwenifojo. You don't. It's annoying. At your age, P2B, you knew what these people did to our ancestors. Maybe you were born during the war or after the war, whatever, but at least you must have heard. The same people have studied the same thing. What they said on this press release is that what happened in NSAS is going to be child's play. Look at the way NSAS just died off. The government of Nigeria infiltrated and killed these children, and nobody out there is saying anything. They are planning another one. All of them are coming out obedient. They will kill all of you. I'm telling you. These people, the plan is it's Britain. It's Great Britain that is planning this whole thing. I am telling you. I never knew them this way. Growing up, I was not really so much interested in them, to be honest. I went to their country a couple of times. I said, "Can I made it here?" When you are from much to much, that's how they are. Even their own citizens, they are not even taking care of, very good care of them. They have infrastructure for everybody, yes, but not what we see. Not what we see. They know, they have been like this all their life. I have said it before. I knew that we're the ones that are going to gain, and they said, "No, shut up, you don't know anything." The oil reserve that we found in that place, in the next 2 or 3 years, you start begging them for food. They found this oil, Nigeria did not know about it. They were not reporting, they were stealing the oil. Great Britain, they were stealing this oil and taking it to their country. Nobody knew about it. So if Gowon knew about this oil, probably he wouldn't even accept what he did in Aburi. He accepted it because we are the one that have the food, and this man is telling us he wants to be on his own, and he wants to also divide and be. We are the ones that is feeding the whole nation. And to be honest with you, that was what it was then. In Yoruba land, they have what they call cocoa. Cocoa, I don't know what it does anyway. Maybe they drink it as coke. But then we in Enugu, what was it? Coal. There was coal mine in Enugu. Trains were running with coal, and the trains was they were changing it from now coal to electricity. So in a nutshell, that coal was not even going to be of service to us anymore. Gowon quickly agreed. It's okay, since you want also every nation, every state, every region, that's what it was then, every region to keep its own resources and pay money to the center. Okay, we're part of it. We in the deal. Because we have the food, and actually they did, because most of the food was coming from the north. Mangala, rice, beans, just name it. Dawa, hand chelsea, onion, they were all coming from there. We had nothing. In our mind, we had nothing because they were stealing from us without even realizing what they have found. It's after the meeting, they say, my goodness, what did you, can you imagine telling Gowan, you gave up everything? Gowan is like, what did I give up? I didn't give up anything. And those people have nothing. We have the food. So what do you mean I gave up? They say, no. There is oil reserve in that place. Now, as I when each other if mad if they had to confess. There was no other way they were going to hide it. They say, no, don't do that too. The oil reserve there is too much. You will beg them food in 2-3 years, you become a beggar to them. They're going to rule over you. The first royalty for the oil was paid to go on. It has not been paid. It wasn't paid before the war started. It was during the war was building up. So where are we going to pay this money to? The same Britain, they gave the first payment that they made. They have been stealing that oil, and Yezuru since. I am serious. I'm not joking. Personally, I had a friend who was in the custom that became a multi-millionaire just working, being posted to refinery somewhere or near something like that. He was a custom person that was checking what the oil that was going out. This guy basically became overnight. He's late now. Overnight he became a multi. And when I'm asking him, what happened? They are taking the oil. If they take 400, they will give him money to say we took only 2. And that was it. Britain, Great Britain. These are people who are doing documentary against us. And we hand on everything that is criminal, they are involved in it. Look at the queen. Look at what she wears on her head. There's a blood diamond. She's wearing the blood of people, of innocent people. And the son is saying, I have to do what my mother taught me. Of course you will do what your mother taught you, because he taught you to be a thief. He didn't teach you anything. So you are going to continue where your mother left. They created the APC, the PDP, they were people are saying corruption. What are you? They think that corruption is only when you steal money. If I steal money and I bury it in your own bank in your country, and you allow me to do that, you are part of me. You are the one encouraging me. So you are not free from that corruption. So when they say they are corrupt, who gave them the room to be corrupt? Them. Great Britain. PW just got about as soon as they went there, they declared Labour Party. Now they have seen another funja that they're going to use, but we don't care. Biafra is gone. Cabro, the first war. The first war, like I said, they gave us peace so that we thought we were going to continue with guerrilla war, and nothing happened. But a very good thing. God now gave us a leader who said, no, what you can do with the gun, I can do with the microphone. Just talking. I remember that one of his broadcasts. He said, don't try to convince anybody about Biafra. Give the person the app to listen to Radio Biafra. That's all. When they hear me talk, they will change. And that is the gospel truth. Case in question, I have my wife. When I started this broadcasting, she wasn't very comfortable with it. She was not. Believe me, she wasn't. But she wouldn't tell me not to do it. But I look at her, she's not comfortable. Other women are telling her, but the woman went to Atlanta with us and saw Mazi Nnamdi. After listening to Mazi, this woman now became a disciple. Disciple that she will always pick up broadcast. I'm telling you. That's how it is. So Mazi said, don't convince anybody. Give them a microphone. Give them the radio app. Let them listen. When they listen, they'll be sanitized. And I feel sorry for those, because when they, like even today, tomorrow, my phone will always go beeping. Somebody sending me WhatsApp messages, videos, and the rest of them. And when I look at these videos, they are very funny, because these are things that happen to God in Chineke Mambo through the note. Yeah, because this is what he's not even woken up yet. He's picking up what people are saying. The same people will come and tell me, it looks like you have forgotten Nnamdi Kanu. I say, forgotten him how? Do you have Radio Biafra? It goes, no. I said, then you are not listening to him in the first place, so how do you know when he's been forgotten? We are there. We are here. There is nothing anybody can do to us. So election or no selection or whatever they are doing, it is their own thing. We are not interested. The election we will find out that will make sense to us is a referendum. If you give us referendum and then we fail, of course then you will continue with what with your one Nigeria. But if you think you can just go there by blackmailing us, which you are doing very, very well, you will not succeed. You will always fail in the end. Because you know something, we are very resolute. Our own election that we're asking for is nothing but a referendum. Give it to us, and once you give it to us, everybody will rest. Everybody will know that yes, we have decided. So give the people a chance to pick their future by a referendum. By a referendum, they can be clamoring and electioning and these youths, I said it before and I'm saying it again. You saw how you ended in NSAS, how they killed you. The same one Nigeria that you're advocating, because they do it to make it look like somebody else. That is exactly what they are trying to do in Anambra, in Biafra land right now. They want to create a situation where there will be riots, and because it's very easy to target, to say it's IPOB, it's IPOB, but a lot of them are beginning to realize that that this thing is different from what we are thinking. The government, you see, the truth will always end up coming up. The truth is like oil. You put it down the water, it will always come to the surface, no matter how to do. You can never mix two of them. So the truth and the lie will never mix up. You will always lie, but in the end you have to tell other lies to suppress the lie. But the truth remains one. The truth doesn't change. It's unchangeable. So what we are saying in a nutshell is, give us referendum. Release our leader, Mazi Iyke, because you're holding an innocent man that didn't do anything. And you know something? The more you hold him there, the more your problem. Because that is you leave him all. That's what he called it. Nnamdi Kanu atakata before. There's nothing anybody can do. What we're asking is our freedom. I plebiscite, no election for us. It does not mean anything because we are not part of it. We are now Biafrans, and that Biafrans are what we are. If you think you want to be convinced that we are Biafrans, give us referendum. This is Radio Biafra. We can now take calls if you have anything to say. If you have anything to say us on this program, please call. The number here is 646-920-4541. 845-344-7984. 929-406-9953. Call us.
You don't tell me we the fight for this freedom. All we need is a referendum. 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 Tell me what to do, tell me what to do, tell me what to see, tell me what to see, tell me what to know. When we talking about the referendum, I see, I have to go for long. You know because we for long. Back in the days, you know what's up. but because of who you guru the focus you come on. I remember when my father they tell me about the war. Then spend so much money just to jubilate. Success in one way, typically go man. It don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. It don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is a referendum. All we need is a referendum. All we need is a referendum.
In another form and another shape for this course, every papa, mama, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, quick match, advise your pikin or brother now for the leg where they waka kukere, eye where they see sharply, they see am. Person where they put hand for water where crocodile they make shakara, wetin they find? My brother na palaba, and they go catch am. He was not there for the tent. If the dragon where they fly, it will come you. Now through get the dance, then go play for you. And you must dance that dance. And now before you don't dance finish, your name will become Obientuare. Both the workers of iniquity and the hired laborers, including their sponsors, in different shape and different countries and different towns and in different places, Ipob under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go play Funa Surugede. And that music, una must dance and it go play and it go show. Who was no there for the tent? As we talk now so it go be enough of our tower everywhere, whether a politician soon or whatever send we know one know our dragon net go hold on. Remember, the fly we know they follow instruction or advice, they follow dead body enter grave. We the indigenous people of Biafra under St. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no they carry last at all, and we dey blow this trumpet because when it could begin happen, una go be thy kingdom come, where our name go be thy will be done. This message now from the organizations charismatic, indefatigable, great indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, the real owners of the land. They bring on this message. This now your opportunity to turn a new leaf.
Yes, for those of you doing this, we know you, we know where you're coming from, we know why you're doing what you're doing, because you're desperate. So you don't know what to do. Keep on spelling our name, keep on going out there and telling people that you had, I said during the war we had the same thing in Biafra land. I'm telling you, there were people who were so hungry they were going to Caritas and using names of officers. So these are, I'm from this camp, I'm from that camp. But in that case I understood it, there was nobody. So people were just doing so many things. But this time they are doing the exact same thing. They're going out to communities, robbing people, all in the name that they are doing it for Ipob. We're not sending you for now. We're not sending anybody at all. The lines are still open for you. 646-920-4541, 845-283-966. 845-344-7984,
She
right, I have a call coming in. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller, good morning. Caller on Principal Officer's line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Emeka Amoke. I'm calling from the capital of India, Bogota, this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ipob. Biafra. Yeah. Biafrans, lovers of freedom. Good morning.
There's so much noise where you are, sir. What can you move away from there? Because I'm hearing some noise at the background.
Yeah. I think I'm okay now.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. The noise is still there. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Mazi Iyke,
there we
Biafrans, I greet everybody, the lovers of freedom, Biafrans all over the world. We thank you today. Mazi Iyke, I thank you for representing us in the world, for the world to hear our voice. Mazi Iyke, I pray for our leader, Muhammad One, in Biafra land. May you bless him. May you guide him. May you give him the power to live Biafra life for us. Because Biafra is our destination. Biafra is our hope. Without Biafra, we are doomed. Mazi Iyke, this referendum we ask, we don't ask for any election in Nigeria, because Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria have expired. I don't know why our youth are blind, brainwashed, that Nigeria will be good again by our brother.
All right, the line there is not very good. It's calling from Bogota, somewhere in South America. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still here taking calls at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984-929-406-9953. We are not interested in the election. We know we are not part of what they are doing. What we're asking for is our referendum, and that's it. Call, the lines are still open for you.
We can't continue like this. We have come to restore Biafra or die restoring Biafra.
All right, I have a call coming in. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
My name is Mazi Iyke. I'm calling from France. Mazi Iyke, last time you asked something to somebody to help you out concerning the third name of Ipob. The name is Greenberry.
Yeah.
Peter.
No. It's Peter Gringori Obi. Now, wow. All right, that's a good name. Thank you very much.
And if you check what saying the guy is an agent, and our people don't know what is going on. I called Rapture in the Mazi Iyke platform, and I told Biafrans that we need to be careful about that young man, because he's a member of the Cobra agent and also M16 of the United Kingdom. We just come to bring disorder and also bring confusion to all Biafrans. Because what they are trying to do is to weaken the whole Biafran, the ones, and also make sure that the achievement of RTAD is not going to be achieved. They forgot that our order is for God, and we are going to achieve it. Bye-bye from you.
All right, thank you so much, Ndugu. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls 646-920-4541, 845-283-9665. I have another call coming in here. Let's take this one. Caller on straight line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Peter, Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. I'm calling from my location. Thank you so much for this your program, and thank you for your work for the Biafrans. May Elohim always protect you people. I protect our leader Mazi Iyke, can protect all Biafrans all over the world. Yes, according to the press release, IPOB press release you read, I will thank Elohim, who is always setting us free from all their evil names they are trying to give us. When they plan to give us bad names, Elohim always set us free from it. What we are looking for, what we are asking for, is for referendum, which is human rights, United Nations law, in African law, in this country law. So, and we pray Elohim will do it for us. We have no other thing. We are only looking for our freedom. And even no human being, anybody, any person without freedom, the person is doomed. No matter what you are, and you are under serving somebody, you are under somebody, you are in bondage. We pray Elohim will give us our freedom.
Yes, sir.
As he did for the people of
our world, not even their next door neighbor, who will say, no, these people are what you claim to them to be. So what they are doing is that they are making it look like he's doing something. And when he says, oh, they are not terrorists, you don't have to say we are. Because if you say we are terrorists, you are adding idiocy to your name. You are a foolish person. I don't see how what we carry is carry our microphone, and we talk to the world, and people listen to us. People are listening every single day. The Islamization has failed, and Britain do not know what to do. They are desperate. They are like people drowning. They are looking for a stooge. They are looking for an afonja, somebody whom they did something. It's divide and rule. That's all they do. That Welling's report that our leader, I heard it. Our leader's past broadcast was relayed yesterday. It was very interesting. Very, very interesting, because we are not going to give up. Anybody who thinks that all these things that Britain is doing and all the Ekbelimas out there are doing, they're going to change us. No. I told you yesterday, somebody sent me a tweet where somebody said, somebody who is also claiming to be championing the situation of Biafra, claim that all the people that are clamoring for Biafra are miscreants, including himself anyway, because you see, when they talk, they don't think. When they talk and they don't think, and they think that because they have their mouth, they can open their mouth and say whatever they want to say, that people will forget. No. Facebook does not forget. No. When it's on record, one day they will bring it out and say, this is what you said. So you got to be careful. Like, I'm reading the broadcast right now. Maybe in 20 years, maybe when I'm gone, somebody will say, this is what this man was saying. It's going to be there. Forever and ever and ever, you are not going to be able to change it. So what we are saying is that when you connive with our enemy, the people that killed us, you are the worst enemy that we have. Because if you can be against our people, the people that killed our parents, then you are not one of us. Most certainly you are not one of us. Because if you are one of us, if you are thinking, but when people coming into something like that we are doing right now, and they look at us, and they are coming in because they don't have anything in mind except to make themselves foolish and popular. Okay, you can come in, but when the time comes, you will always make the mistake. Because if you come with good intentions, believe me, sincerely, you won't make any mistake. Your motive will remain your motive. It does not matter. There are people I know that came into IPOB basically because they think they will think there's a position thing to drag. We like dragging positions. That's why every society or every organization created by the so-called Igbo speaking Biafrans, there are always 2 or 3 or 4 of them. They never ended up in one. No. They start today, tomorrow they break up. They divide into 2. Not because the population is too much. They will divide into 2 simply because they are looking for a way to get to the top. And that opportunity does not call. So what they do is they make sure that they create something on the organization by accusing the other person of doing one kind of stupid thing. Then he comes in, he goes back to the same thing. It's like somebody one time said, I heard it in a broadcast. He said people come from the world where they call themselves, they say they are Muslims. They don't like their community where they come from. They come to Great Britain, to another man's country, and they want to bring the same thing that they don't like in their country into the new country. Isn't that something? I have a call. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, Ike Peters.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, this is Nnamdi. I'm calling from my base.
Welcome to the program.
Ike Peters, there is a question I want to ask you, and I want you to clarify me.
Yes.
You said we need a referendum also.
Yes.
But how can we get referendum in Nigeria without having somebody that is in government in Nigeria?
Who said that? I never said we will not get.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
So how do we get referendum in Nigeria?
How we get the referendums that we're demanding referendum and we're going to get it. That's it. They either give it to us or we take it by force.
Are we ready to do that? To be sincere.
What do you mean, are we ready to do that? Why?
Yeah.
Why the question? Is it that we are too slow, or what is he getting ready for? One thing we have to understand is that this is a process. It's a movement.
Okay.
As long as you don't stop, don't put a full stop and think of when it's going to end, because it will not end. The Jewish people started with Moses. The people that got it never even knew who Moses was. Never even knew the ancestors, the people that came before them. We already started the movement. When we put our mind into the movement ending today, then we have a problem. It will undergo changes. It's metamorphosis. It's changing from one thing to the other. We did it before. We ended it up with Ojukwu. Somebody come up again and started something. We are still following it. We are not hoping, because if you come into IPOB and into the movement of Biafra and you think it's going to end tomorrow, then you are not telling yourself the truth. You don't know when it's going to end. Nobody knows. Our leaders from the beginning said it. When I started this thing, All of you that are hearing their names today, will come a time nobody will know who you are anymore. That is exactly movement. What we are not doing today does not mean it's going to stay there. It's a metamorphosis, it's a process. Processing something, cassava. You go to get crude oil. You cook and it becomes kerosene. You cook and it becomes aerofoil. You keep on cooking. You don't stop. Even today, they have not stopped. They're still refining. So let us not hope that what we are not doing today. No, our children might come up and decide that this is the way they want to do it. Maybe most of us will not be there anymore. I know where you're going. I know what you're asking me, and that's exactly what I'm telling you. It's not going to end today. It's not going to end tomorrow. We want referendum. We've given them our demand. Whether they give it or not today, it doesn't matter. Somebody will come tomorrow and give it. We are not interested in their election, because the same people that have been playing that music are the same people playing the music today. Why do we expect to change if these people are still the same people doing the same thing? There can never be any change. You want to run. I was talking about Peter Obi. You want to become president of Nigeria. Why do you need Britain? Why? These are people that can't you come out and declare yourself or forget about these people? Because Sunday Anna they don't like you. They are desperate. Nigerians need change, genuine change. Young kids need change. That's correct. But they're doing it the wrong way. They're going to kill them. They tried NSAS. Britain, their hand is in this whole thing. They are the devil that we have in this world, and as long as you connive with them, you are not going to get anywhere. They don't want to give up. These are people who don't have anything. I am not saying this because I hate them. No. I am saying it because it is something that I see. We made a demand. Demand is demand. Nobody's going. I don't care who gives you the referendum, whether they give it or not. Other youths will come up and decide. Oh, these our fathers were very slow. This is the way we want to do it. That's it. Nnamdi Kanu came up with a microphone instead of guns and bullets, which we did with Ojukwu. It's working. It's working. That's why we are here. All right. So that's the way I look at it.
Okay. Peter, the question is I want to ask you. We are doing in the Western, we are doing in America.
Yes.
Now, the whole country, in the world where Britain step their foot, let's leave Africa alone. Let's wait to other white countries that Britain step their foot there. Did Britain live there by peace, or the people fought Britain to live?
They didn't fight them to live in some.
America don't fight them to live?
No, you're talking about America. What of India?
Israel didn't fight them to live?
No, they did not fight them. They forced.
So Israel did not get their freedom by war?
They did not fight them to live, sir. They did. When you say fight means carrying guns and bullets. The Indians. Let me give you an example. The Indians, how did they force them to live? They were the ones bringing food, bringing things, materials to India. India forgot those things. They were not even touching them. They will carry come, carry go. And they decided nobody, for America that you're talking about, America did not even fight them per se. If you listen to if you check it out, they forced them to leave. It wasn't like violent war to leave. We have a way of making them leave. That's exactly what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. Making life impossible for them. Making it very uncomfortable for them to stay. No, it doesn't mean you have to take a gun and fight anyone. No. In fact, they will wish that you fight them so that they can kill all of you. They have the weapons. But he had done it in a way that they don't even feel comfortable with him staying in their country. He's a citizen of that country. He's an Anglophile. They could not even arrest him in their own country. What do? They're using somebody to put him in prison. Because they are tired of him. They don't know what to do with this man. Onya Adelana, he has opened people's eyes. What are we going? He's not violent. They are trying to make it. That's why they are terrorists. Who is terrorists? The world knows we are not terrorists. There are different ways of killing a rat. You don't have to use only rat poison. You can set a rat trap, whichever way is convenient for you. There is nobody that wants to live where he is feeding. So Britain leaving other countries that they stay in does not mean that they want to leave or that those people force them to leave. No. They will kill. They'll fight them. They will kill. But eventually they get what they want. That's it. We are not fighting. We are telling them leave us alone. If you think,
then how do you think they will leave? How do you think they will leave us alone?
My brother, they will leave when the life comes unnecessary and uncomfortable. The world is talking. Who knows that?
Then when is it when we're together with Nigeria or when we are single by ourselves?
Listen, whether you are with Nigeria or not, Nigeria themselves have lost interest. The Nigerians themselves, they are just. Do you think Nigeria is holding Biafra? No, absolutely not. It's the same people that are using people. It's a funja thing, sabotage. You get somebody to support you. There is no way you tell me that 100,000 Biafrans, 100% of Biafrans are in support of Biafra movement. No. Or gradually, while. Things are happening. Go to the zoo. I just went there, I came back. It's not the same place that I know. The money is useless, worthless money. People are dying. I'm dying of hunger. So when you give them 5,000 naira, it will support you that day because the money will finish. This is part of it. Make it ungovernable. Make life miserable. That's what they are afraid of. All this BBC is spending time. You know BBC, how powerful they are? Spending time on Ipob.
Yes. I want to make this thing simple so that other callers will call.
Yes, please.
I hope you listen to our leader when our leader said that he went to UN to talk about Biafra.
Yes.
And a man from France called him by the side. Can you tell me what the man said to our Nnamdi Kanu?
He said to him that when you talk about Biafra, people get up and walk off. Yeah, so what?
He said, Nnamdi Kanu said that the man called him, said that all the petition, all the protests, all what they have been sending to you, and they all hear about it. They know what is happening in Nigeria, but they cannot do anything except we rise up and fight.
That's not what Nnamdi Kanu said. No, he didn't say that. No.
Oh my God.
He never used the word right. I'm on the radio. He never used up the word rise and fight. What he's telling him in a nutshell is, we know everything you are saying, we know you are telling the truth. That in fact, when Nnamdi Kanu added that when they want to speak about Biafra, people walk away. But my point is, history will always vindicate you. Issues like this is not unique with us. It's that people are there. Britain, they are strong. They have money. They have friends. America is supporting Britain. America knows that what Britain is doing is not right. But because of the allies thing, they say there. But my brother, is not going to last forever. All we need is patience. It doesn't work. It doesn't work with us. It doesn't matter. It's not going to end with us. It didn't start with us. It's not going to end with us. It's going to continue. Just educate your children. Let them know where they are. Believe me, these children will do it better. Just like we're doing better than those that the young people are doing better than us that was in Biafra, the first Biafra. It's not the end of it. Let's not expect this movement to end today. What we need to do, and I keep saying it, follow instructions. It is a process. You cannot jump the guard. Somebody, a divine power is in charge of what we're doing, and it's in total control.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's give us another chance to talk.
Right. Thank you so much. All right. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls at 646-920-4541. I have another call coming in on first straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Daddy, good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Are you hearing me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. You're talking to the world. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. SHABBAT, Daddy, please, you see this caller. Don't mind this caller. Don't forget, this caller called you sometime last week like this. It's the same person, the same voice. Always asking a controversial questions.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel uncomfortable with that. If something is not clear to him, he wants to know the answer. So I give him answers. It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't change anything. This is Radio Biafra. It's freedom fighting. He can talk. Call me, say what you want to say, and ask me a question and I'll answer. So I don't feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so no, I I just let me remind you. But God bless you, sir. You see me again.
There we go.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Yeah.
God bless you. Thank you so much. All right. I don't feel uncomfortable with somebody calling and asking a question because there's something that he needs to clear. In my brother's voice, I know, I feel the frustration. I feel that we are not doing much. We are not going it the way he thinks we should go it. But that does not mean it's not a very good dance. You see, what I'm trying to say is that, in a nutshell, is that there are so many ways to do the same thing. You know, let me say we're traveling to a point in Biafra land. Some people might choose to go by air, some might choose to go by road, some might choose to go by jogging, some might choose to go by their bicycle, some might use keke. The important is destination. We are going there as a family. See, it does nothing will change that. No matter what they do, we are very, very resolute. Another call. Good morning, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on the straight line.
Yeah, Mazi Peters, good afternoon.
Welcome to the program, sir.
Yeah, Mazi Peters, I loved how you took your time to explain to our brother from Germany. Yes, HBK, not him calling from Switzerland.
There we
Mazi, let me add a few of what is happening. Our people are not alive to what we are doing. Our people are looking at things on just face value without going in depth to understand what is beneath. Our people want everything to be explained to them. That is why you see this confusion. I don't blame them. It is just that there haven't been a very solid educational institution among where we come from that makes them doesn't reason critically, and then coupled with the confusion of the criminal in auto extoparasite. Some of our people do tend to listen to him, and when they listen to him and hear all sort of things like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, if he's not seen, let us blow the zoo. If 2023, all these jargons, they don't understand that there is a path towards what we are doing, that it is not a one-line direction, that we changes according to issues. These are the things they do not contemplate at all. That is why somebody will come and ask, how are we going to get Biafra? If they didn't get off Biafra, these are, I don't blame him. This is but what I don't understand, why he attached engineer in his name, because an engineer is a very critical person and a physical person that do tend to reason more than an ordinary person. But everything a black man touches turns completely the other way around. But Mazi, you explained everything clearly. We have started. We've never done something like this before. That is why a lot of people are confused and very jittery. But we have started. We are not going to stop. This is the reason Mazi said we need only 100 people, because he knows we are going to a long struggle, and the struggle is a very difficult path that only the resilience ones will make it to the end. Mazi, that is just the what is going on. When you look at you see, our people doesn't understand what is this geopolitics. When they listen and hear Britain, America, Europe, all these people, they don't give a thought about you. Yes. They are the ones who kept us where we are. What IPOB is doing is exactly what we need to do to kick these people, make them uncomfortable, irritate them, and this will be on a daily basis so that they will not get a foothold. The people who represent them among our midst, we will make them uncomfortable. This is exactly what we need to do. If you say you want to do an open warfare, look at what is going on. Britain, America, the whole of European partners, we all unite together against you, and you will not escape it. This is the reality. These people doesn't wish you good. Our people must wake up and understand that there are other ways of getting things, as we alluded initially. Let me hold it on, because You are really doing a great job. I appreciate you for responding as you did. Thank you so much and good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you very, very much. You know, it's a very common, I mean, it's pure common sense. It's not, you don't go fight somebody who is stronger than you physically. He's going to abuse you. He's going to mess you up, mess up your life big time. They never like you. These people don't like you. They think you're too smart. That's exactly what happened to our cousins, the Jewish people. Do you know how long it took them just to give? They even gave them a desert. When they gave them a country, it was like a desert. Today, Israel is exporting tomato. They created water out of nowhere. They are war power today. But if they had gone to war at the time they start, what did they have? Come on. When you talk about fighting what? It make life uncomfortable. They keep talking and people say, okay, can you have this at Kanda? That's all our leader told us. One day they will say, take this year, Biafra, and go and let us rest. That's all. Then some of us who are still alive then will be able to, see what we have done. Over the years, they will develop that Biafra. Biafra will become like heaven on earth. So violence. Nnamdi Kanu, anybody who has not been in IPB for a while now will realize that this man he brought in something that in my lifetime, I'm happy that I see that somebody can use the microphone and get somewhere. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Call on straight line.
Mazi, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mazi, my name is Stefani. I'm calling from my base. Thank you for this wonderful day.
No.
Thank you, who made it possible for us to see another day in our life, another month of the year. Thank you, for the life He has given each and every one of us, everywhere we reside. The name of Chukwu keep on being what it is. Mazi, why I call this morning is been a long time though.
Yeah.
Yes. Why I call this morning is that the question our brother asked, and he threw the question to you, and you gave him the answer he needed. I want our people, if somebody call on the radio, ask question, leave the question, leave the person with the radio anchor. Please, let us not come to the radio. If somebody asks question, maybe it doesn't go well with you, leave it with the person that is answering the question. Let us not come to the radio calling names or whatever. That this person, no. I don't like it. It's not good. Let us not, fight the war within ourselves. Whatever the person asks, is what is don't know. He asked the question, and the radio anchor clarified the question for him and give him what he wants. And the question dies there. Everything dies there. Let us not come to the radio helping the radio anchor that or calling names or whatever. The issue, any issue between Mazi Simon Epa or DOS, it's left for them. Let them settle it. I saw at times whenever Chinas will tweet.
Listen, hello. I don't take Simon Epa on my program. I don't want to hear his name on my program. I don't talk about him. He's nobody. I don't know who that man, I know who that man is, but I don't know who he is, to be honest with you. So let's not talk about him.
Okay.
On my side. All right.
Okay, sorry about it. But the other hand, anytime Chinas will tweet, you see people calling him names, insulting him, which is very bad. I don't like it. So whenever somebody, what I'm saying, whenever somebody asks question, leave the radio anchor and that person, let him give the person whatever he wants. the answer. You have given the man the answer he needs. Our people coming to help you is uncalled for. That's my input this morning. Thank you.
Thanks so much for your call. This is Radio Biafra USA too. You know, like I said before, he made a point. He made a very good point. If somebody calls and he asks me a question, I will answer the question. I will answer it, but I don't want listeners to start imagining what he's saying, because the human mind works in a mysterious way. You might start thinking what he's not even thinking. He probably ignorantly does not understand certain things, and he asks a question. That's good. And then comparing somebody else that just mentioned his name with DOS, please, we don't do that. I don't do that. It's not relevant. That's the idea they are creating, is the idea to feel important. There's nobody that is important in what we're doing. DOS was the people that our leader left the mantle to. He has already told us. So any other person, me, you, anybody out there who is trying to challenge what they are doing is rubbish. Chinasanworo, a member of DOS. That's why he is Chinasan. That's why he is relevant. The DOS makes him relevant. Let me be honest with you. So I don't want anybody coming here to say, if he tweets something, I expect people to criticize it. Yes, it doesn't matter. The message has gone. Because if you don't read his message, you will not criticize it. It's only when you read his message that you will know that I see a call coming in, and I'm not going to take this call because I don't know. Okay, let me try this one and see. I hope it's not the marketers. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. You're on to Radio Biafra.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ike Peters.
Welcome to the program.
My name is Desert Warrior.
Yeah, I can see a phone.
I am calling from Brooklyn, New York.
I can see something here that doesn't look like your name, so that's why. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay, Desert Warrior is from Ike. Ike is in Nsuka province, Biafra land. I, Peter, say I'm using this opportunity to thank you for what you are doing for Biafra.
Yeah.
And I thank our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No matter what happened, no matter where he is going to come out victoriously. Nothing will happen to him. I thank God for everything that you are doing to this struggle. You see, our leader says that we are systematic in terms of our approach to restore Biafra.
That's right.
If you think we are not doing it good or faster than you think, then you can go ahead and bring it today and tomorrow. So for people coming up, the answer you answered the caller is good. And I would want all our listeners to obey the structure of this struggle. The person have answered question, ask you question, and you have answered him. You will move on. Everybody is not going to reason the same. Look, there is one Yoruba man in Facebook. Do you know that this man just sent me a message? I'm not his friend. He said, why are you people? Why are you Biafrans, Ibiobians? Why are you people so aggressive in attacking people when people talk about Biafra? Can you explain to me? Now I have to tell this man, look, we are not aggressive. We are not madness when anybody talk about Biafra. Do you know why we are like that? He said, I don't know, tell me. I said, because you see how the Nigerian government are killing us. You see how Nigerian government are killing people that have flag and saying we want Biafra, we want referendum. And you are seeing the people that are having AK-47, killing people, raping people, killing on the highway, and they don't do nothing to them. But those ones that are raising up the flag of Biafra, saying we want Biafra, we want referendum, and then anywhere they go, they shoot them. And these Yoruba brothers that is in army are the one that they are sending to us to killing our people. I said, if they kill your people like that, will you be happy? The man said, no. I said, okay, yes. This is the reason why we are aggressive in anybody attacking Biafra. So if somebody asks question that you don't know, allow the person that is in charge to take care of it, and then we move on. Why do you think that Nnamdi Kanu created this struggle? Why do you think that he set up all these things for all of us? And then he said, focus, consistency is what you guys are going to focus, even if I am not there. Why do you think that some people are defending his legacy, the setup that he have put on the ground? Why do you think that some people are defending the DOS, the media warriors? It is because of this legacy that this man, God have sent to us, have given us. And he said that if you follow it, that one day they will say, take your Biafra and go.
That's right.
And that is what all of us are doing. And that is why we are serious. You think that Britain are not, they are not disorganized? You think that Britain are sleeping when Nnamdi Kanu is talking? When Nnamdi Kanu is talking, Facebook will give you the accurate number of countries that are listening to Nnamdi Kanu. When Nnamdi Kanu is talking, the Facebook will give you the number of the leaders in the whole world that is listening to him. Do you think that Britain is comfortable with that? Why do you think that Nnamdi Kanu is in the jail today? It's because of this fight. He is fighting them with the microphone. He's not fighting them with guns and bullets. Whoever have think like that? Let me tell you something. If let us say that Britain or the whole world do not have this kind of hatred to us because of what we have upstairs, whoever on this planet has done what Nnamdi Kanu done in terms of organizing the IPOB worldwide, in terms of organizing this radio, if it is in a white man country that a white man did this, I will assure you that this world leader would have come together and said, hence this guy is approaching this in this way, let's do something about it. Or do you think that the whole world is not tackling Britain, telling them this guy is finishing you guys, this guy is finishing you guys, before they do what they do to kidnap him and they put him in holiday? Because I know that they are thinking that they have stopped him, but they don't know that he is in holiday.
That's right.
He is resting. He is just resting, preparing for. God is preparing him for the next level. Please, my brothers and sisters, let us do what our leader told us to do, because the world are watching all of us. They are watching. They're thinking that if we don't do it right, then that they have conquered us. But if we continue to do it the way he asked us to do it, then shame will be upon them.
Thank you.
Right, Peter?
They will.
I read my case.
Thank you,
but
sir.
may I use this opportunity to let the Brooklyn family that we are having a meeting today by 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And then everybody that knows that he is owing our monthly dues and our ESN money, we will appreciate if you come with it. Thank you, lovers of freedom all over the world.
They will.
Thank you, IBOB worldwide.
Thank you, sir. Hello, thank you very much, Desert Warrior. That was a very good speech. That was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rendition. And like I said before, this is Radio Biafra USA 2, especially when I'm here. If you have questions, Please ask. Don't just do it, just be nice about it. You ask, you will get an answer. Nobody is too big to ask questions. I do. Anything I do, I will ask people, people that know. So the idea of our taking it easy, only about committing suicide. Nnamdi Kanu doing what he is under the direction of the Supreme God that creates us, realizes that the world is against us. Britain, other ones may not be against us physically, but the main witch and wizard that we have is the British. They are the ones that are doing this problem, that are giving us this problem, because they feel that we want to take food off their table. Many years ago, before, I remember I had somebody in my car and I had Radio Biafra on. And when I turned it off, the person said no. After listening to the end, he said, you know something? You people, the person holding you is not Nigeria. The British people are holding you because they are thinking of their investments. For them, it doesn't mean anything. During the war, they did the same thing. They starved the children to death. They killed millions of people. The Queen is running around the whole place and is not saying anything about it. And somebody will say, oh, he's not directly involved. No, once public statement and the government will stop all they are doing, they are not going to stop. Then somebody will suggest that we get up and fight. Fight who? You get up and commit suicide. That's what he's talking about. Not get up to fight. What kind of weapon are you going to have to fight these people? Where? So what you are doing is making life miserable for them. That's it. And we are doing it, and we are doing it. We are not expecting Biafra to come in today and tomorrow and next tomorrow. No, absolutely not. That's not going to happen. But when God's time come, they will say, take your Biafra and leave us alone. We've had enough of you guys. You think they are comfortable? They are not. If they can spend their money on their BBC, their talk hosts, their top radio, and waste their time and sit down and talk about IPOB, the little IPOB, you know something, they're even advertising us too. Because people will start asking, who is this people called IPOB that the BBC is talking about? It's very simple logic. We are doing it our way. If you think that the way, like I said before, believe me sincerely, if your way brings in Biafra tomorrow, we will rejoice with you. We'll be happy with you. We'll dance in the street with you. That's all we're saying. You know, in the maths class, you see people that give them small maths, they will write and write and write. The whole full scarf will be full before they get their answer. You get somebody who wants one line is giving you the answer. So whatever way, maybe Nnamdi Kanu's way is filling a full scarf, and you think that you have a shorter way, please go ahead and execute it. But don't try to disrupt the structure that is already set up. Because that's if you know what to do, you don't even need to speak about the other structure. You go ahead and do what you have. Nnamdi Kanu was a member of MASOP. He came up and they felt that he was challenging their leader. They stripped him naked. They did all kinds of things to him. You know something? He continued with his indigenous people of Biafra. He never changed. He never said, he didn't say MASOP of indigenous people of Biafra stroke MASOP. No. He discarded that name, dropped it somewhere, and continued with IPOB. Where are those people now? They have all given up because they now see that there's no need continuing. So as a matter of fact, let's see what time I have now. My time is almost up, so I don't think I need to take any more calls at this time. I can see people are still trying to call. Unfortunately, we have to go. Mazi Iyke is going to come up next to take the podium. And whatever questions you have, I'm sure he's paying attention to this. He's listening to this program. So you give him the questions, and believe me, he knows the answers to all these questions. When you ask him, he will answer you very, very well. Do not hesitate to give us a way. If you think that is a way we are doing it that is not very, very palatable for you, that you feel like we're going very slow, it's okay. It's okay. Just come in. Like I said before, all you need to do is come into it and then tell us exactly where to do it. But do not for any reason try to discard what we are doing or trying to attack the structure that we are holding on to. No, it never happened like that, and we beg you to be brotherly. And then if somebody calls, like there are points that have been made out, if somebody calls and you feel that the person is not doing exactly what he's supposed to do, well, do not criticize him, do not kill him, because there are people that call this radio, they spend their money to make sure that they call every day, and it's a very good thing if you give them chance to, to call. And when they call, and they are already given the chance to make their statements, listen to them, and then next time when you call, you know exactly what to talk about. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. All right, I've come finally to the end of today's program. I'm looking for the national anthem, which I couldn't find, but let's go. From tomorrow, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. Call Mazi Iyke is next.